Hello everybody, this is a Shadowbox and welcome back to SnowRunner. This is episode 8 and we are going to deviate a little bit from what I said we were going to do at the end of the last episode. I decided I didn't want to do another scout episode already, so we're going to hold that plan until the next episode, getting the upgrades for the White Western Star and such. And instead, we're just going to do some work with the P16 this episode. First thing I want to do is recover the drowned vehicles, because that should be more or less child's play for the P16. Especially the first two, we should be able to knock out like right here, right now. So I want to get the drowned vehicles, I want to get the stuck trailers, and then I want to deliver the big cargo trailer, or the big fuel trailer up to the factory. Even if it's not totally empty of all the fuel we can get out of it, as long as it's over half empty, just for the sake of progress, I think I want to get that turned in. So we do have this GMC to recover, we have a Chevy Kodiak to recover for the farm, and we have a Chevy 1500 to recover for the farm. We have a Chevy Kodiak to recover for ourselves. There is 2 fuel trailers we need to recover and delay turning in so we can savor that sweet, sweet go juice. And then there are 2 curtain side trailers that we need to return for tasks. I'm hoping we can maybe do all of that with the P16 today. We will see. We're about to knock 2 of these out right now. And we might even be able to multitask the stuck heavy truck and the missing fuel carrier. We will see. Actually, no, they're too far apart. Alright, next up is going to be the drowned scout. We should be able to just charge right on in there with the P16. I know you can get this drowned scout just with a scout vehicle. I know you can technically get that drowned highway truck with a scout vehicle as well, but I just figured, hey, we've got the P16, it's going to get these tasks done in a jiffy, might as well just use it. You know, a lot of people really like the P16. I like the P16, don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's the end-all be-all of heavy trucks like some people make it out to be. It does handle the mud really well, especially early game. But I just think there are better trucks out there. I don't plan on taking the P16 to Alaska. You get a heavy truck for free in Alaska, so I don't want to pay to relocate the P16. Especially when I kinda like the truck you get in Alaska a little bit better. I'm not gonna say what it is, just in case you guys don't know. I know most of you who are watching probably do know, but just in case there's somebody who doesn't want spoilers. I pretty much plan on doing in Alaska. Oh, I need to track the... Did I not activate the task? Was I talking too much? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. That's embarrassing. I didn't activate the task. And you can only activate it back in the middle of that field. So we're going to activate it, start tracking, and then it's going to basically instantly complete. I hope I don't crash the game trying to do this. I was talking and not paying attention. There it goes. At least it didn't crash us out. Alright, next on the list is that Chevy Kodiak for the farm, and then I think we'll go after that Chevy Kodiak for ourselves. Let's see. That's the Chevy Kodiak for the farm. The missing oil tank is all the way up here. I think I'm going to save that for later. I might even be able to get that with the Fleet Star, honestly, so I might just save that. There's a task in this area that we're going to need the Fleet Star to do. So yeah, we might just hold off on that for a second. Let's go get that C70, and then we'll go get our own C70. Well, that dropped off a lot faster than I expected it was going to. At least we didn't totally stall out the engine or anything. That would have been a bad time, because I'm not sure any of our other trucks really have the oomph to pull a dead P16 out of the water. You know, if the P16's engine is running, I think the Fleet Star or the White Western Star would be able to help the P16 get moving again. But as far as just, you know, engine's dead, you're not getting any help from the truck, I think it'd be sitting there for a while. And that would be really bad. Because I'm not going to use the recover button in this playthrough unless I have literally no other choice. Come on. P16 is stuck in mud. I didn't think that was possible. It must have been in a just right hole, or just wrong hole, rather. And it's too sticky for high gear. Once we get up here, we should be able to switch to high gear and be okay. Oh, look out, P16, pebbles. Right. Let's make a 7-point turn, because this thing has a turning circle the size of Ohio. Alright. So yeah, I really would like to get 100% completion in SnowRunner in hard mode on the channel. I don't know how realistic that goal is, just because there's no way I'm going to get that far before nursing school starts again in the fall. However, I am pre-recording quite a lot ahead. I only have 3 episodes live on YouTube right now, and I'm recording episode 8, which is the farthest I've ever pre-recorded any of my series ever, but this is also the most fun I've ever had recording a series ever, including the emergency games, even though SnowRunner's not really getting the views, certainly not compared to my emergency series. It is a lot of fun for me to be doing this, so I think I'm just going to keep recording ahead and get as much footage done before school starts as possible, so hopefully I'll be ahead enough where I can keep up through the semester and then get ahead again during winter break and stuff like that. Basically, accordion. This coming semester, fall semester, is probably going to be the hardest semester of school for me. I have a nursing class, a clinical, a microbiology class, and a lab for microbio, and they're all on different days, and I still have to work my full-time job 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts. So I literally pretty much don't have any off days for the fall semester, which is going to suck. But it's only one semester, so yeah, we'll get through it. And then once fall semester is over, I only have 3 semesters to go. I will be done in winter of 2023. At that point, I'll be leaving the EMS world and going to an emergency room, hopefully. Though my departure from EMS won't be permanent. I do intend on going back to a Lifelike program once I have my RN, but... Oh, come on, dropping frames. But my program requires nurses to have 3 years experience in either an ER or an ICU, and an advanced certification, either a critical care registered nurse or a critical care flight registered nurse, a CCRN or CFRN respectively. Those are not advanced practice nurses, such as a someone who you might see for primary care, or most people just say nurse practitioner, but technically that's like an advanced practice registered nurse, an APRN. I don't need that. That would be like a master's degree for that certification. I am getting my associates right now, and then after I'm done with the associates, I'll be able to get my bachelor's online while working as a nurse. I will get my bachelor's. So before COVID, before the critical nurse staffing shortages, a lot of emergency rooms and ICUs were requiring their nurses to be ICU nurse, or not ICU nurses, bachelor's educated nurses, and then associates educated nurses were pretty much limited to like medical surgical step-down units or nursing homes. And many hospitals that are just overall competitive hospitals, not even just competitive units, but competitive hospitals, think like university hospitals, they require like all their nurses to be bachelor educated. However, with the critical staffing shortages, they can't afford to be so picky, so I am fully expecting to be able to go straight to an emergency room, especially with my prior EMS experience, and even if they do bring back that BSN requirement, I'll be working toward my bachelor's, and hopefully that'll be enough to get me to stay. Alright, so I am... Oh, you know what? I am kind of going the wrong way. Yeah, let me go back through the farm and turn around. I want to get our own Chevy Kodiak next, and then I can refuel at the semi-trailer. as we go past. I was going to go back to the garage to refuel there, but I've definitely got enough to get to the fuel station. Alright, here's the fuel station. You can see I moved our fuel truck up here. Just have that standing by in case we need to do any fuel rescues. We are getting there on the amount taken out of this trailer. You can see we're over halfway gone. We need to take approximately 200 more gallons out of there for it to be optimal for returning. And that's part of the reason why I'm using the P16 so heavy today, is because I figure we got the fuel for it, might as well. This thing has the fuel efficiency approximately that of a bonfire, so as in it doesn't go anywhere and it burns all the fuel. There is an upgrade down off this path here that we should be able to get as well. That, you know, since we're here, we might as well grab it. And it is back here. This is not the way I wanted to go to grab the C70, but maybe we can multitask. We'll grab that fuel trailer. Maybe at least bring it up to the road. Go get the C70, and then we can tow both the trailer and the C70 on the main road. Sure, why not? We can do that. This is a little bit of a tight squeeze to get the P16 back here, but you know what? We made it. That's all that matters. Oh, the SnowRunner gearbox for the CK1500. Huh, I could have had that when we took it to Drummond Island. Oh well. Maybe we'll throw it on to the Scout 800. Alright, so I want to go grab this fuel tanker trailer up here. And just wiggle up to this main road is probably the best way, and backtrack a little bit. Well, I say main road, it's very clearly not a main road, but you know what I mean. Comparatively main road to not a road at all. So I started a new series on the channel today. It's uploading as we speak, so actually it will probably be a few episodes into this series by the time you're seeing this episode. But it's of the Emergency 5 campaign. I recorded the first 2 episodes of that with the first 2 major calls in the campaign, a tram that hit a fuel truck and a hang glider that crashed into a building. It's a pretty fun game. I think the base game is definitely improved over Emergency 4's base game, and the modding community is finally starting to do something with Emergency 5. I think there's a lot of potential there. I'm looking forward to it. I've downloaded a couple of mods for Emergency 5 already, but I want to get the campaign finished before I start playing modded. Downloaded a couple new mods for Emergency 4 as well, so emergency content definitely not leaving the channel. So if that is your favorite of my content to watch, don't worry. Even though I'm uploading a lot of SnowRunner right now, I'm doing the SnowRunner videos more for me, and I'm doing the emergency content for you, so it's a little bit easier for me to do the SnowRunner content. So this is the fuel trailer that is ultimately going to the town. And I just about tipped over the P16, which would not have been ideal. Come on, you can do it, truck. I believe in you. Ah, that was a tight squeeze. But we made it. Well, this is a sharp turn for this turning radius here. This will both help us get up the incline and help our turning radius. Okay, it didn't help our turning radius that much. But in theory, it would have. Tree. Alright, there we go. Oh, maybe I celebrated too early. And now we're probably going to get this dolly trailer stuck around this tree. Oh, this path was not made for the P16. I will admit that. Come on, pull that nose in tighter. Oh, now I have absolutely got the tanker stuck. Just do that. Oh, don't fully tip the tanker. That's not what we want. That was enough to get it unstuck though, which is what we wanted. All right. We should be getting up close to the main road here. Yes, excellent. Oh, look out, P16. There's pebbles there. I believe we want to go left to get to where the Kodiak is. Yes, we do. Alright, and we can leave this trailer here. And then we'll just pull past with the... What is happening? Close functions. Duh. Okay, then we'll just pull past with the Kodiak, disconnect the Kodiak, connect the trailer, connect the Kodiak to the back of the tanker, and go from there. You know, there's another upgrade down here that I might be able to get. No, that's just too tight through the trees and stuff. We're gonna need either the Chevy or the Scout for that. Yeah, so this episode we're actually going to clean up quite a bit of the tasks in Black River. And once we do that, we should be able to kind of fly through getting the contracts that are Black River-centric finished. Black River is obviously kind of like the tutorial map for SnowRunner, so the contracts are understandably relatively simple. Once we get to Smithville Dam, things will get a little bit more difficult. So in my other save, the one that I'm not recording, and that's also not hard mode, I've played through Michigan and Alaska, and I have started on Tamir, Russia. And honestly, I think the Alaska map is my favorite out of those three. I have all the DLCs as well that I haven't really played. I've played like an hour or so on the Wisconsin DLC, but that's it. Because I did toy with the idea of just doing a non-hard mode series on the Wisconsin DLC, but then I honestly just really what's the phrase I'm looking for? The thought of doing a hard mode series and eventually making it to Wisconsin really appealed to me. And especially at the point I was at where I had finished Michigan and I was almost done with Alaska at that time, I had a lot of really good trucks and I felt like I was just walking through Wisconsin and there wasn't really much of a challenge. So I was like, you know what? I need to do the hard mode series and don't need to put it off. It's something that I want to do, so I'm going to do it. And I don't need to worry about gauging if it's something people are gonna like or not. I'll make the videos, they'll sit on the internet forever, and people will watch it if they want. Yeah, I would prefer to be recovering these vehicles with like a tow truck or something along those lines, but we just don't have a good solution this early in the game. Winching with the P16 is honestly the best solution. We're going to do the same deal with the C70 that we did with the White Western. I don't want to spend any repair points on it before we get to the garage because I'm eventually going to want to repair that cosmetic damage on it anyway. We are going to let the C70 sit in the garage broken for a while. We don't really have the funds to repair it right now, and we don't really have any of the upgrades to make it useful yet anyway, so unless there's some emergency where we absolutely need another truck, like it's our last hope, the C70 is probably just going to sit broken in our storage for probably until we're in Alaska, to be honest. I don't think there's any upgrades for the C70 here in Michigan, and it's pretty useless without any of them, especially because it's even smaller than the GMC. It doesn't start with all-wheel drive. It maybe starts with a diff lock for its rear wheels, but it only has 2 axles in the back instead of 4. So, yeah. If I decide we need a service truck, we may go ahead and repair it, or if we need a last-ditch attempt to recover something before just using the recover button, we'll use it. But those are pretty much the only 2 cases where we're going to fix this thing in Michigan. There are a couple more truck DLCs I was looking at getting. I'm unsure if I want to get them or not. Because I am always hesitant to spend money on DLC like that in a game that's moddable, but unfortunately a lot of the mods in the game are really unbalanced. It seems like the majority of the mods, at least the majority of the mods that I've seen for trucks and scouts and stuff like that, people just make them overpowered so they just fly through the mud and stuff like that, and it's like, you're defeating the entire purpose of the game by making your trucks just like act like that mud pit is a paved surface. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't appeal to me. So at least if you buy the DLC, you know it's going to be balanced to the rest of the game. I do have one additional DLC to the season passes. As you may remember, I do have the Jeep DLC. And I really like the Jeeps. They're my favorite scouts in the game. From Michigan, anyway. I think the International Lodestar is the better choice for Alaska, so once we get to Alaska, I fully intend on buying the International Lodestar. But we won't see those Jeeps until we get to like Wisconsin or Maine or something like that, and then I'll probably buy one of them. Come on, you can make it. There you go. Let's get that C70 in tighter to our trailer. Alright, and as we drive past the fuel station, I'll take another 40 gallons. I'm just whittling that down. So we need 2 service spare parts for the boatsman's house. And we need to go out... Oh, my frame rate just is died all of a sudden. I don't know. I have no idea what that was. Come on. Behave well, please. Anyway, the boatsman's house task that we have up, Riverside Repair, that needs 2 service spare parts, and we get service spare parts from the warehouse. Because apparently... Oh, there's some service spare parts here, too, apparently. They're at the lumber mill, and where else? I saw 2 arrows. Oh, one must be an up arrow, and one must be a down arrow. Yeah, because the other place is here at the warehouse. No, those are both up arrows. I don't know what the other one is. Oh, you know what? It's for the wooden planks. There's a trailer of wooden planks at the sawmill. That's what it is. Mystery solved. So once we take the Fleet Star out to that side of the map to get that other trailer and to get the contract that's out that way, we just need to remember to grab a couple of service spare parts. Let's refuel the P16. Oh, shoot, wrong one. Am I really not close enough to this thing here? Refuel. Fill that guy back up. Okay, and that works. 427, 1321. I'm not gonna fill up the Kodiak because it's all damaged. It'll just leak out all over the place. Alright, I could take the P16 and just zip through the farm here. Actually, you know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Do I want to go left? Yeah, I want to go left. Because we're not quite done with the P16. I do want to take it into town, and we'll just bring this fuel carrier with us. And we will get those trailers that need to be turned into the town as well. P16 is such a beast. You know what? I think that this is probably going to make a good screenshot. Excuse me while I go to photo mode. Alright. In the thumbnail, or in the screenshot, I did set the time of day to afternoon. So that's why, if I use that shot for the thumbnail, it's going to be a little bit, I don't want to say deceitful, but it's going to be better lit than the time of day it actually is in game. Alright, after we get this Chevy Kodiak to... I'm going to go ahead and release it there. After we get this Chevy Kodiak to the garage, I think we only have 2 more trucks to recover in Michigan. Maybe 3. There might be a Scout 800. I can't remember. I know there is another Scout 800 we get for free. I just don't remember if it's in Alaska or if it's in Michigan. And then obviously there's the Western Star Twin Steer that we need to get, and the International Transtar we need to get. As I've said before, I am just going to sell the Transtar. I think I will hold on to the Twin Steer. I'm not sure if we'll have any use for the Twin Steer in Michigan, but it's kind of a unique truck, and we may be happy that we have it down the road. I didn't use it on my previous playthrough of Michigan or Alaska, but, you know, there's other maps after that. Alright guys, so this trip did take just a little bit longer than I was anticipating. I know some of the footage is probably going to be sped up, but I honestly don't think a lot of it will be. And I'm showing 45 minutes on the recording already, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Well, it is kind of dark. Maybe I will go ahead and cut the video here, and then depending on what I keep and what I cut and what I accelerate, this may end up being a pretty short episode, but that's alright. We did actually quite a few tasks in this time. We obviously just recovered the Chevy Kodiak C70, which we are retaining. We also repositioned that fuel tank that's going up to the town. We got all the drowned trucks turned into the farm for a bit of money, and we picked up an upgrade, the SnowRunner gearbox, which is huge. That's probably either that or the off-road gearbox are my favorites. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here, and I'm gonna wait for morning, let time tick through, and then I'm gonna keep playing. And in the next episode, we're gonna take the Fleet Star. We're gonna go up and grab all this stuff here, bring it back down. We'll take the P16 up, and we will move the fuel trailer here up to the factory, and then we will jump across from the factory. Actually, from the factory, we might be able to just deliver that heavy trailer right away to the drill site. We'll see. You know the plan always changes, but I hope to see you then, and until then, I'm A Shadowbox, and you guys have a good one.